This is the Citigroup one-year reading for 2022. That's ticker symbol C. Real quick before we get into that, guys, you can show your support two ways to the channel right now. Go to SOMeta. It's one word on Kickstarter.com. Search SOMeta. It's an astrological financial chart application that we built. We're about 85% done. We need the funding to complete this thing and get it out there. We're looking to launch it by Christmas, guys. And then you can also go, when you make money, you can always send a little bit of that back, show some gratitude for all the free effort we're putting forth for you guys. Cash App, Approveb. Thanks, guys. So, the 1 year for 2022 City, guys. So the overall theme, there's some negative headwinds. It looks like a lot of headwinds that would push the stock lower. Although, even though you would think that, it still moves higher, may even break through resistance at some point. There's quite a bit of volatility moving into resistance, and that's the overall theme here for Citibank. Behavior around the high, we're going to meet. We're going to create new support at the high and move sideways along support. Increasing in bullish sentiment and momentum as we move forward into the high. Behavior around the year's low. So we'll be moving along a diagonal trend, moving higher along a diagonal trend line. And then there's a sudden move higher. That's then matched by a big move lower, breaking through that diagonal trend line. And then there's increasing volatility on the way down into the year's low. That's the behavior that we should see. Early January, we have a sideways S decline. So between two declines in between horizontal resistance and horizontal support, a decline, an incline, and a decline, a sideways S. Late January, we have a rally that increases with momentum moving into the end of January. There's a notable move on a one-year chart to reach the January high. And around the low, we move sideways, equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. We move sideways along support in the January low. There's an opportunity coming out of that rally in late January into early February. There's a rally that marks an opportunity to open up a short position. Late January, we see bullish price swings. The behavior around, this is February, I'm so sorry, guys. The behavior around the February high, 3 pokes through the same price level, or this, I should say 3 pokes through the same resistance level, followed by a sharp decline off of that third poke. And the behavior out of the low, there's going to be a notable move to the upside out of the low, and that's a notable move on a one-year chart. So that the bullish price swings of late February become 3 crisscrosses through the same price level in early March, and that's 3 crisscrosses through the same price level. The third cross confirms a bullish trend. Behavior around the high, we have an agreement between 2 leaders as highlighted, or a merger of some kind. Behavior around the low, sideways fluctuations with a bearish trend that precedes a rally. It's often the Empress card is a good opportunity. And then we have late March, some pretty erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level, possibly revisiting a recent past high opportunity. So a lot of like price swing and erratic behavior here, February, March. Into April, we have the halting of a bullish trend marked by a sharp decline through a key technical support level. And that's early April. The high behavior around the high, there'll be some sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend into the high, and that precedes a decline. Behavior around the low for the month of April. out of the low, we're going to successfully turn a key resistance level into new support, and that's on a 1-year chart. And then we have a a U-shaped dip in late April. Probably something hidden comes to light in late April as well. And that U-shaped dip may take place within close proximity to perpendicular diagonal trend lines. There's an important price level, like a key technical price level that's highlighted in early May. A key technical price level, or there's like a key technical indicators is triggered. Late May, we have move higher through key resistance on a 1-year chart. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter. The behavior around the high for May is out of the high for May. There's going to be a period of volatility, but a sharp dip that will stand out in that period of volatility. That sharp dip is out of the high. Behavior around the low for May, we have selling off of a near overbought territory on the RSI crest. There'll be profit taking. Looks like towards the end of the month is possible. Early June, on a 1-year chart, there's a prominent move to the upside. Really notable move to the upside. It'll stand out. Late June, a fake out. That's an intentional fake out. Key indicators triggered falsely, or there's like a shakeout or a fake out of some sort. It's something happens designed to make the retail investor act impulsively, and the decline into the low, guys, for the month of June it's a decline that increases with momentum as we move forward into the low for June. Early July, off of a minor crest on a 1-year chart, a decline to and through a support level. Then we turn around and we come back up and reuse that support level as support. That's early July. Late July, we have sideways rotation along support. That period of sideways rotation ends with a fast sudden move higher. Behavior around the high for July. Advised to be prudent. Multiple false tops, possibly if a key indicator is falsely triggered. Behavior into the lows for July. Bearish price swings with notable drop. And there's a sharp decline off of that fast sudden move higher at the end of July-ish. We have a sharp decline, like it'll stand out on a 1-year chart, a sharp decline there in August, early August-ish. Again, a move in late August. We have, again, a move to the upside to and through a resistance level. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down. It's like a full retracement, break back down through that same price level in late August. Behavior around the high, we're going to reach for a distant resistance level to reach the August high, and there's a prominent low that will stand out on a 1-year chart for the month of August as well. We have the beginning of a rally in early September. We revisit a past opportunity at a support level when there's a period of sideways rotation and a sharp dip within that period of sideways rotation in late September. Out of a decline, we have a notable move on a 1-year chart. From the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range to create the high for September, and then the low for September will be moving sideways along support level. We'll move higher, reach the nearest resistance, tap it, and then come back down to that resistance level and move sideways along resistance again. That's the low for September. Early October, we have a breakdown through a support level to meet a secondary support level. Then we move around sideways, bouncing around sideways along that support level for a bit, and then break down through multiple support levels again. That's early October. Late October, we have a notable reversal. This will stand out on a 1-year chart for sure. Big reversal there. Off of the high, there's a brief high. It marks a brief opportunity before the opportunity disappears. There's a high here. in October, and then late October, Congress will be highlighted. A notable support level on a one-year chart. This will be a prominent support level that's highlighted in early November. Late November, we have a decline, a prominent decline on a one-year chart. It'll stand out, and it'll also offer an opportunity to open a long position. The behavior around the high for November, we will meet a resistance level, and then we'll break down from that resistance level with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Those spikes up generally will meet moving averages as resistance. And the behavior around the low for November, we have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher off of the low. So it looks like we declined from November into early December. There's a notable move off of the low, a breakout on a one-year chart. It'll stand out. There's a breakout off of the low. And the behavior around the high for December is a prominent move higher on a one-year chart, but it's fully retraced back down to where the rally where it started moving higher from. There's like a full retracement to that same price level. It makes kind of like a triangle. That's the behavior around the high. And then in late December, we're going to have a failed attempt to break through a key resistance level on a one-year chart, followed by a decline through a key support level on a one-year chart. Sneak preview for 2023, we have a big move to the upside. We pushed the upper end of a range. Very bullish card for 2023 sneak preview, guys. Very bullish. And these cards, these are trade opportunities. I'm going to do some SO meta pattern recognition to identify where the best trade opportunities for the year are. And I'll tap that on to the end of this video. Same thing goes for these. These are more like minor highs and minor lows. That's Citigroup for 2022, my friends. If you want to see more Citigroup, hit that like button. If you've already hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you've already hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. If you've done all that, my friend, thank you so much. Please